Howdy everyone, welcome to this Labor Day special edition of my virtual concert. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me, if everything sounds good, but I've been having some difficulty, I don't know why. I've been having issues with my feet, with the mics, with the feedback. So how are y'all doing today? How's everyone? Please let me know how's your Labor Day weekend going. Did you guys had a cookout this weekend? I sure had a great time. Had family visit me from out of state, so it was great. So we all had a good time. We had a cookout, went swimming, stuff like that. Let me see. Try. So let's see where we got going. I guess you know it's almost time for fall, basically. It's pretty quick. I'm ready to the rest of the year went, you know. Summer's almost gone, you know. But so we have to see. I'm just waiting on Mary. Hope she got the link. I just need to tune up my guitar. I don't know why. Yes, like I said, I don't know why my been so I'm gonna I think I got my guitar going. I'm gonna play my first song, Polka from New Mexico. Okay, I think I finally got my guitar going, so I'm gonna play now. All right, next that may be a polka from New Mexico. It's basically an old song that you don't really hear anymore from New Mexico. Because I know a lot of music, there's a lot of music out there that originated in New Mexico that you don't hear anymore. Where is that? My neck rack, here it is. The next one I'm going to play is Altísimo, so you know, Mexican church song. Alright, that was Altissimo, Senor. Put my guitar and then sorry about the feedback. Now I'm going to play you a traditional church song from Nicaragua called Ofertorio Nicaragüense, also called Te Ofrecemos Padre Nuestro, and that song originated from the country Nicaragua, and then it's brought over to Mexico, then it's brought over to the U.S. It used to be sung very often in the Spanish church service. Unfortunately, you don't hear it anymore, so I'm going to bring it. audio nicaragüense. Te ofrecemos, Padre nuestro. Yeah, I think Mary's trying to come up. I know she's been having difficulty on her end. I know I've been having difficulty with my audio. I don't know why. Hello. Oops. Okay, let me try again. Let me try this again. Hello, Mary.
My camera to work.
That's alright. Things happen, you know.
Camera difficulties.
Yep, as usual. Now tell me, does it sound good on your end? Oops, I guess I lost her. Now please tell me if the sound's sounding good on your end, or is it coming out clear, or is it coming out distorted? Because I can't really tell what's going on your guys' end. Please let me know. Okay. All right.
I don't hear it distorted on mine. I just can't get my camera to work.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to work on right now.
Yeah, your camera.
Yeah, my camera doesn't want to work.
You know what happens is the camera they kind of go out. What happened is sometimes your system updates and your camera's no longer compatible.
No, it's not that. It should work. It's just not working like I want it to. So I'm trying to find which one it is so I don't unplug the wrong thing. Don't need all this technology stuff.
Yeah.
See if I plug it back in, if that works. I've tried coming back in. I've tried coming back out. And sometimes when I do other people's lives, it does this.
You're right.
It's not the camera, it's my computer.
Yep.
My computer's old, and it's like, okay, let's mess around a little bit.
Yep. Sometimes computers, processors tend to wear down, you know, and get slower as time goes on.
Oh, I need a new computer like yesterday.
Yeah. So how was your weekend?
Except for not feeling the greatest, it was okay.
Yeah,
I'm feeling better tonight. I'm just I'm just really tired tonight. See?
Finally.
Yeah, it decided to pop in when it was ready, not when I was ready, right?
Right.
So I've kind of just I haven't felt the greatest the past couple of days. I'm feeling better tonight. I could eat finally tonight, so that's a good thing.
Awesome, yeah. I've been really busy. So, you know, the Friday, Saturday, I had to postpone it because I had family came from out of state.
Well, Saturday, I even called you or texted you and said I can't do this tonight.
Yeah, you know what? By the time I saw it, oh my gosh, like I already sent you the email informing that I postponed it, and then when I saw the text afterwards, oh my gosh, I've been so busy, you know. I had family from out of state came and see us, my dad and all that, and for the weekend, and he just left today.
So I felt horrible, and then my head was the migraine happened, and I was like, it's not working tonight.
Because you know.
But at least I made chicken. We made chicken like thighs, and they've been cooking all day. And I had a sweet potato, so I feel like I've got a little bit of energy. When you don't eat much, you're not having any energy to do anything.
Right.
So that's kind of, at least I feel like I have a little bit.
Yeah, we had a cookout, barbecue, and then yesterday we went swimming.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do much. I didn't have the energy to do much.
Yeah, but you know, we've been going swimming every Sunday, and I tell you why. Afterwards, I just felt so tired after when I get home. Like, you know, during the time of swimming, I don't really feel anything, but you know, afterwards, like I want to say around nighttime, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, rolls around, I'm all sleepy, you know.
I did want to tell you that I did find out that you do get paid. YouTube does not hold on to your money.
Okay.
They don't. What they do
from
is
what I heard from other creators, they say that YouTube keeps the money if it's under the threshold.
They do not. What they do is if you do not reach the $100 that they will pay out, they're going to hold that till you do. Usually they'll pay about the 21st or 22nd of every month. And if you're not there by a certain cutoff time, and I don't know what that is yet, what they will do is they're just going to roll it over until you reach that.
Right.
So we're sitting around, we probably may not get that this month, but they're going to hold it. And once we reach the $100 threshold, then they will go ahead and pay that the next payday, the next payout.
Right.
So YouTube does not keep it. Now, I think that within like a year or two or something, if you don't make it, then they do. But they just, if you don't reach it, they hold on to it until you finally do and just keep rolling it over per month. So I wanted you to know that that's what I found out, and I found that out through Tuber Chat.
Okay.
So I kind of take his with a little bit more grain of salt because he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So I asked when I was in Tuber Chat, I said, I have a question. And he said, no, they don't keep it, which I thought that was odd when you said that, because I'm thinking that would be weird for people to donate and know that the money isn't going to the content creator. It's going to the, back to YouTube if you don't reach the $100 or whatever it is. So I wanted you to know that that is the facts coming from the Tuber Chat.
Right.
And I figured he's been in it long enough. He should have the answers to that.
Right.
So anyway,
he has more subscribers, more watching hours, stuff like that too. But the thing is that I think from what I heard from other content creators, they say that they never got a dime because they never met the threshold after a year.
Well, if at the end of the year we had not met, and we're working on getting those 4,000 watch hours, if at the end of the year we don't meet that, we're not going to lose the fact that we've finally gotten the super chats and the memberships.
Right.
What they're going to start doing is docking us in the videos. We'll lose the video hours starting from January 14th, and they'll just start taking those away. So that's why we're working really hard to get the watch hours in, and we're only like 79 subscribers away from 1K to hit that. That's why it's so important, and that's why I wanted to start not Tuber Chat, but YouTube Chatter on my channel on the 28th of every month.
Right.
Because I wanted to document our journey so that I've learned a lot, and I think as we grow, it's going to be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and oh yeah, I forgot about that, and I don't want to. I want to document it for other YouTube creators that are coming in as we're growing, things that we've learned through the stages of it. And I can tell you the one thing that has kind of been the thing that I've heard throughout is if you can get your channel monetized within that first year.
Right.
Because otherwise you're just going like this. You're gaining 5 10 hours, you're losing, 5 hours. You gain 20, you lose 5, and it's just this vicious cycle. But we're not too far from either goal.
Right.
So I'm excited.
I'm excited for my mom. Like I said, I know I tried ordering my own stuff from the fork wall, but I had some issues in the payment processing part.
Did you finally get it, or do you need me to?
Yeah, I'm gonna need some help.
Okay.
I don't wanna. I think I already messed up my card like that, because when the system crashes, because my assistive technology software that I'm using, any payment processing like PayPal or any that where you put in the credit card information, it just crashes.
I'll see if we can figure it out. I was able to finally upload your disco balls. I've got them on cups, shirts, I did a really cool thing, actually. Remember when you did that Stay Connected, you all?
Yeah.
The graphic for me? I actually took one of our logos on a long sleeve shirt, and I put it on the front, the Blessed to Crochet logo, and I took that Stay Connected and put it down one of the sleeves.
Yeah,
And
like
it looks
I did some of the,
really,
designed some of
really
the
cool.
shirts.
It looks really cool like that. So I'm actually going to do one of the disco balls with the Stay Connected. You all down, going down one side, because I think it just looks really cool.
Yeah,
so,
like.
And I was thinking I got to figure out how to do a mocha shirt, because I know somebody in here would probably want a mocha shirt. I don't know what to say. Mocha crew, mocha fan club.
Yeah, I don't know. I know shirts are very limited.
Mocha squad.
On the design, that's the issue with the shirt.
But it'd be really cute.
You're very limited on the constraint of the design, on the colors, and you can't have no glow effect, no gradient like that, nothing like that.
Sandy Wendy's like, I wonder who would want a mocha shirt. I'm like,
let me tell, this shirt I had made in Mexico.
Yeah.
They did not tell me that it was silkscreen or digital.
Well, I think a lot of Fourth Wall stuff, and I haven't gotten their stuff, but from the mug I got, was very good quality.
That was probably digital print.
No, the mug I got was sublimation.
Yeah,
sublimation. Blessed to Crochet. That mug, they did really well. Yeah, I just don't.
Sublimation. You could have digital. That's basically digital print. Sublimation. Yeah,
I just need to figure out a saying to put on, and then I have a tremendously sweet picture of mocha that would be like perfect to kind of. I've got to figure out something, because I think it'd be cute to have something with mocha on it.
Right.
But I don't know quite what to say with it. But
yeah,
we're growing. But the disco ball stuff is up. The collection for the disco ball, I started doing that last night, because the Fourth Wall was working correctly and it was doing right, and I'm like, load.
Yeah, you know what? The Fourth Wall, because I try to upload some stuff for Canvas print, and oh my god, that's so memory intensive. The Fourth Wall, when you upload it, it's so memory intensive. Sometimes just crashes your system.
Yeah, but I do like their website and the way that they're, they have all, if you put the shirt on, people can see it on people. I think it's really cool.
That's like an actual rendering, what the final product looked like.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. But I was very impressed with the mug.
Yeah, that takes a lot of graphic processing power.
Yeah.
For that website to run.
Yeah, but I'm so far I'm happy. I get frustrated, and I think it's with anything. Yeah. But I was very impressed with the mug I got. Extremely impressed with it.
So the print quality is really good on the mugs, right?
Yeah, on the travel mug I got, came out gorgeous. And I take it to church now on Sundays. I take my Blessed to Crochet mug with me. And for those that are interested, we are participating. I'm sure you know Gail's Southern Living, right?
I did that last year, but that got too much, so I'm not doing it this year.
Yeah. Well, I participated. It's our first year to do the Fall Fest. So we did a video. Came out really cute. Yeah. I learned a lot from my daughter, and we entered in. And so we're one of the videos, and I put a playlist. She has an official playlist on her channel, but I copied everybody's video into a playlist on Blessed to Crochet.
Right.
But people could enter, and I kind of have an idea that I'm thinking about doing, and I talked to my daughter, because it would be a way to kind of collaborate with her, but I would like to talk I want to make sure I'm not stepping over someone's toes. Right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I need to discuss them with them, so I feel like if I do it, the person's okay with it.
Right. What I'm planning to do, maybe in December, do a Christmas collaboration where I do a Christmas carol, and what I do is send you guys the audio format.
I'm live.
You guys record your own voice, and then once you guys done, send me back the recording on a separate track on its own audio format. And then what I do, I put it in the mix.
Well, then would you do, I put Fall Fest, I put the playlist in there if anybody's interested. So would you gift any prizes?
Downloads to my music,
Okay.
but I don't know yet how I'm gonna do it because here's what you gotta do. Like I put out the backing track, and then you sing along to it with your headset, and then you record your voice on a separate device.
Well, I'm thinking, I have an idea about something that I'm thinking about doing. And I talked to my daughter, I said we could do it together.
Right.
And I think it would be, if we're able to do it and the other person's okay with it, but I would add some other things to it, kind of similar to what Gail's doing with Fall Fest, but making it more like for Christmas, and I want to be able to do another element with it. And so, but I want to discuss that with the person before I kind of say, okay, are you okay with this? Right. And that's just being respectful. At the end of the day, we all are channels, but we're all coming together, and we're content creators, and we need to be respectful of each other and make sure that we're not stepping over people's toes that would find, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I would appreciate the same if it was coming to me. And so the same needs to be given to somebody else.
Right. Right.
And there was,
I checked, make sure there was no other lives going on before they reschedule mine, you know.
There was a wonderful thing on, and I forgot what her thing, I did a shout out on my channel for all 6 panelists that were on the channel. Rambling with the Brooms was on there. You liked my full video. Rambling with the Brooms was on there. Anne was on there. Grace and Fire was on there. Lazy Days was on there, but they did a fundraiser for a little girl who is suffering from cancer. And let me tell you how powerful that live was. And I'm thinking, wow. They did a fundraiser. If you go to my channel, go to the playlist, you'll see now the next 6 days, starting from the 1st, was all the panelists that were on the panel. I gave them all a shout out. Wow. And below there is the description of it, plus each video, part 1, part 2, part 3. They started at 6 o'clock in the morning. They didn't finish till 11 o'clock. They raised $5,000 for this little girl that has brain cancer. It's not even 4 years old yet. And I'm thinking, if we can do this, do we not realize the power that YouTube has, right, and can do if we're doing it for good? Right. And it was amazing. We were able to donate a blanket, which was, we raised $50 on that end. I said, listen, I've got baby yarn. I can make a blanket. Just tell me whether you want it for a boy or a girl. We donated 2 soap caddies. And it was just wonderful to see all these channels coming together, and these people coming together for somebody they didn't even know. Right. Just like they came together to get my aunt up here. I mean, it was just like on a very massive scale. Right. For this little girl that's just her nickname is, I think her name is Livia. Right. And she has been nicknamed the Warrior Princess. Princess Warrior. That's what she calls herself. Wow. And she's fighting brain cancer, and the parents have now had to go to another hospital in Toronto. So they have to live in Toronto now and move from their home, live there while their daughter's going through all the treatment. So it was just, it was amazing to see, the channels took off monetization that had it, and just came together for this little girl and this family that they didn't even know. One content creator knew the family. Wow. And it's just, I guess he went to several others, and it just started. And by the time they got done, they probably raised about $5,000, $6,000. Wow. And that's not even, I think once they transferred over to Canadian, it was even going to be more. It was amazing. to see all of them come together and thinking, do we realize what we have here?
You don't, you don't
if we
realize how
do it
much
the right
power
way.
you have over through YouTube,
Yeah. So it was pretty awesome to see that, and then see the other content creators coming together, and it was really awesome to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know it amazed me how people came together, like with your aunt and all that.
Yeah.
Too. It's amazing.
Well, I think when you put the call out, and what surprised me with my aunt, and I'm going to be going on my other's keeper, talking tomorrow about our visit and everything and how it was, and then on Thursday, Mr. Blessed Crochet will be on. He won't be on camera. He'll just be on, talking about a genetic malinformity that he has that was found out last year. And he's going to be talking about that. He said, I want to start telling my story because it is so rare that he wants to be able to tell my story. And if there's anybody else going through it, then they won't feel like they're alone.
Right.
And so he's going to be on Thursday on my other's keeper. But I had several people that said, not only did you just seen everybody come together for your aunt, but you inspired me to make sure that when you have a loved one that's may have a terminal diagnosis, get that last hug in.
Right.
If you can, if you're able to do that. And it was a wonderful visit. I think probably I was a lot more tired than I realized I was. I know for a fact that I kind of emotionally, from the end of July through to the time she came,
right.
I think I was emotionally tired. And then when she was here, we did a lot. And then I was physically tired. And I've spent time just catching up because I've been tired. Legitimately tired.
Yeah,
And it was a lot, but it was a wonderful, wonderful visit. Memories that, cancer may have her, but they'll never take my memories away.
Oh, no.
Ever. And I'm sorry, but I can't mail you an Amish buggy.
I know, that's too big, right?
I thought that was a cute comment.
Yeah, an Amish buggy, like, imagine trying to send that in the mail, that big, right?
It's a pretty cool place where we took her in the Amish village. They have a place and it's got a whole stand and a place you can eat. It has vegetable, a fruit and vegetable place that you can get. It's got a place inside with all this leather stuff and handmade stuff, and then it has a petting zoo, and they have this huge horse there. I mean, he's huge, and he's there, and he was actually making quite a bit of noise because he was hungry. It's time for his lunch, and then they have buggies lined up, and you can go for a horse and buggy ride in an Amish buggy, which is very different. I mean, I've gone on rides in St. Augustine and stuff, but it was a very different kind of ride. My aunt had never been on one, so she even got to do the reins a little bit, so it was fun. And then she and Christina went on a horseback riding thing, which was fun. Yeah, it was a huge draft force, Sandy. Huge.
Here in Colorado, I heard that they have like the therapeutic horseback riding for people with disabilities, autism and all that.
My daughter did that for years. And they have one not too far from our house in where we live. But they have them in a lot of places because it really does. It is very helpful for kids that are struggling with those with disabilities.
Yeah, I think even for blindness too,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be just autism. It can be any kind of disability.
And sometimes, the state Medicaid will pay for it too. In some states, some insurance will pay for it. I believe Medicaid will pay for it in some instance.
She got a scholarship to go. She had a scholarship actually to be able to. No, I took a picture of that horse. She had a scholarship to ride, and most of the years she did, she always had a scholarship.
Wow.
Which was awesome, and it was a very, very well. It was something that she enjoyed, and there was a difference after she rode.
Yep.
I don't know what happened to that picture.
But I tell you, like, I want to do horseback riding, but, you know, with my family here, you know, it's just unfortunate that, especially my brother-in-law, he don't like the farm or any country living or any ranch, nothing like that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because one time I was talking about, like 4 years ago, I was talking about the farm and ranch, and then he was, I hate these farmers, I hate these ranchers, because all they do is complain and whine about everything. When they get all these subsidies from the federal government, they get new vehicles every day and all that.
Well, they do get benefits, but it doesn't, you know, they also work very, very hard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I found the picture.
Because I remember last year, like, I know you're probably gonna make me laugh, but last year, my sister wanted to go buy pumpkins for carving, and what happened, we had to drive out to a farm for a pumpkin patch. And then we found out you had to pay like $25 to go in per person.
Jeez.
And
it can be expensive.
Yeah, the pumpkin patch, because it includes the hay rides and all that. And then I offered up to pay up, and he went to my brother-in-law, told me, like, no, you ain't paying, because otherwise then we have to report to your Social Security that you got scammed by the farmers and ranchers.
This is the horse that was there just to show. I mean, he is huge.
Wow.
This is not the one that we took on the Amish buggy things, but this was the horse. I don't know how many tall he is, but they have they have a name for him, and he is huge.
Wow.
Huge. And then they had one actually like on top, like on the second floor, eating his lunch. It's a really cool place. Here, Sandy, I'll show you a picture because Sandy's in here. Let's see if I can do it. Yesterday, and I knew if I moved, somebody was going to get up. I guarantee it. She was going to get up. Right. But do you not see that face? I don't know if, Alfonso, you can see it, but look at that face.
Wow. She
laid on my husband's pillow, and it was like, it's mine now. And she wouldn't move. And I thought, if I get up, this dog's going to move. But she had the cutest.
Wow.
She had the face, them eyes. Dim eyes.
I remember last summer, from work, we went on a field trip to the farm, to the Littleton Ranch. From work, they took us there. And I really enjoyed it. I felt it was more like quite a humbling experience visiting the farm.
Well, it's a different way. I mean, you've got farm country all around here. I mean, in Ohio, especially where we live, there's a lot of country, you know. There's a lot of country living. You can't go very far and not have farm.
But over here where I'm at, you have to drive really far to go see a farm.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you have to drive 2-3 hours.
No, you don't have to go that far. You literally get out of here and you will see farmland. It is not. You will see lots of corn and lots of farmland, and you're gonna see a lot of and you can go 45 minutes away and you're in Amish country.
Wow, because where I'm at now, all the area where I live in, I did a premiere the other day, showing Copperleaf, the area where I live. I did a premiere the other day with photos of my area, and all this used to be all there used to be cattle ranch. There used to be cows from neighbors that I talked to around here. They tell me all there used to be cattle ranch, but you know, the city took over.
Wow.
They bought the land. The developer bought the land from the farmers, and then that was it. There's no more ranches here.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have them somewhere in Colorado, just not maybe where you live.
Oh, no, you have to drive really far.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
No, you don't have to drive far here to get that place that I showed you with that big horse, about 45 minutes away.
45 minutes? No, not bad, you know.
No.
Now, when I lived in New Mexico, I lived in Las Cruces, and Las Cruces is a big city, but, you know, just right outside the outskirts of Las Cruces, you got Mesilla, East Mesa, Sonoma Ranch, you got Doñana, Garfield, Tortuga, you know, all the small towns around, and then a bunch of farmland around, just right on the outskirts. Then you got New Mexico State University. It's its own municipal as well, the whole college town.
Yeah.
It's its own municipal.
Well, we've been up here, and when I used to come visit, we used to go down to the Amish country, but it was always in the summer.
Right.
And I've yet to do the Amish country in the fall. And I have every intention this year of making it down there while the leaves are turning, because the drive is going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I'm planning to record it because it is going to be a beautiful, beautiful drive with all the leaves turning and going down to the Amish country, and it will be wonderful. And I make a wonderful pumpkin cake recipe, and it will be going up on the channel in the fall. Let me tell you, you make it and your family will ask it every year. If you're not a fan of pumpkin cake or pumpkin pie, this is the recipe for you.
Right.
It's my pumpkin cake, and I made it one time, and my brother-in-law proceeded to have 5 pieces of it.
Wow.
With lots of whipped cream, and by the time he actually got nauseous.
God.
So I wouldn't recommend you having 5 pieces at once, but it is delicious.
Oh my God.
And people around me that's not too thrilled with pumpkin pie love the pumpkin cake.
It wasn't 5 pieces, it was 5 slabs.
Yeah, it was. He ate a lot of them. And Christina had a karate teacher at one point that I made it for him and several of the other people for just saying thank you for all they did. And he literally goes to me every year going, "You making that again?" You know, because he wanted to have it. So we will be doing that. That will be a recipe on the channel.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play a song, you know, about, you know, we're talking about inspiration and coming together now. I'm gonna call the song I'm gonna play is called "Viva la Gente," up with people, you know, I mean, coming together in the series. Hold on, I don't have the right harmonica, man. Here we go.
I want to say Opa, but that's not the right words back.
Now, that song is from the series Up With People from the 1960s. I don't think you're not old enough to remember that.
No, I don't.
From the TV series Up With People.
It's not one that I remember.
I think that's more like from the 60s or 70s, you know.
I watched an Elvis movie today from the 70s or the 60s. Does that count?
Yeah. 60s.
Yeah, it was Girls, Girls, Girls. Well, I was trying to get work done, which didn't really happen. I kind of was distracted all day. One thing after another, after another.
Like, look what goes into my recordings normally.
Yeah, you've shown that one before. I think it's really cool.
It's an old washboard. Now, you could tell it took a beating over the years, you know, playing it.
Of course.
And do you heard my bus tokens that I used to use when I lived in New Mexico? My bus
Those are
rides?
cool.
You
I
ever
think
did?
it was really cool what you said the other day on my live when we were talking about the can attitude, and you were
Yeah.
talking about saying, you know what, I need to. We often say, you know, we need to change our past. You know, we
Yeah.
can't change our past, but instead, why don't we say we have to accept our past?
Yes.
Because we can't change it,
No.
but we need to accept it. And I thought it was really good what you said in that.
Yeah. Like, these were originally my bus tokens when I used to ride the bus down there in New Mexico. But I had some left over, and now I really hold on to these because these make great percussion for my music.
Well, that's cool.
I don't know if you heard some of my music videos in the past. You heard some of the percussions.
Yes, I have.
You might hear it go like. Or, you know, with my washboard, I might go like this.
I think you would have done very well too in sound effects department.
Yeah.
Coming up with, I always amazed when you think of sound effects and they show you how they actually make the noise.
Yes.
Especially before all the computer stuff.
Yeah, they were called Foley artists back then. They have
and they literally were artists.
They're called Foley artists. Like they use different things for different sound effects for the films and all that.
I think it's amazing.
But
It's a lost
you don't
art.
see that
That's
anymore.
sure. No, you don't.
And of course, you hear my tambourine.
Awesome.
That
Had
goes
you
in
ever
the mi-
Had you ever heard that song that Christina sang? The one that it was We Gather Together. Have you ever heard that one before?
You know what? I haven't heard that in 20 years.
So you were surprised when she sang that?
Yes, because that's a Catholic song. I was surprised. Because that song was mostly sung in the Catholic Church. And the
But
last
she
time
won-
I heard that song was when I made my first communion in 2004.
She wanted to do that because of her aunt.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should just be a Catholic. It's a beautiful song.
Oh yeah, it is.
And it shouldn't just be for. I've heard it in our church, in the Presbyterian church before too.
Yeah, because you know what happened is, so many of them, a lot of it's not the Catholic, Baptist, but a whole bunch of denominations. They all play the same songs, you know.
Well,
I
she
don't know
just
if you're
was.
aware of that.
Yeah, I think it depends. I think it goes. I don't think any. I think any hymn is a good hymn.
Yeah.
And
It's been played across multiple denominations, you know.
except if you you would never hear, like in the Sister Act movie, you would never hear our church having you know, that one. I forgot the first one where she's, you know, she's dancing and stuff.
Yeah, I will follow him.
You know.
Yeah.
You would never hear our church allowing that one.
No.
You know.
I seen that movie Sister Act. I seen that movie. I seen the first one and the second one.
Yeah. My daughter likes the first one. She's not crazy about the second one, and I like the second one and better than the first.
Yeah, because how she reformed the choir and all
that.
Yeah, because you know, here's the thing. When I used to play in the church choir, I started playing in Alamogordo, New Mexico, 20 years ago, and then I moved to Meadow Lake, New Mexico, and the one in Meadow Lake, that was the best choir I was ever in. That was the best one. They played a lot of the old-time hymns, even though it was the Spanish service. But we played a lot of the old hand-clapping, foot-stopping rhythm hymns.
I bet that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. And one thing I realized, but to be in that choir, you have to have, one thing you have to do, you have to be able to show up to practice every week and show up on time for services. And then another thing, you can't be on drugs, you cannot be on steroids, you cannot be drinking. Because they were very strict.
Well, you shouldn't be going to church doing any of that either.
Right. And one thing, when I remember, when I was in that choir, they were very strict with me when it came to safety. Even though I lived at that time, I was only like a walking distance, like a quarter mile from my house to that church. But however, I would have to cross the highway.
Well, they didn't want anything happening to you.
Oh boy, let me tell you, that church, they frown upon people crossing that highway.
They wanted to make sure you're going to be all safe.
Yeah, that is really frowned upon if they see someone crossing the highway.
Well, how did you get there if you couldn't cross the highway then?
I had to get picked up.
Well, you got to connect with somebody.
Yeah. I was getting picked up and dropped off, you know.
Just wanted to make sure you were safe.
Yeah, because they were very. I remember they were very hard. You know, they were very harsh about safety.
Just wanted to make sure you were safe, and that's not a bad thing either.
Right. But you know, sometimes they could be harsh about it too, right?
Well, maybe they had something happen that was really that you didn't know about prior, and somebody got hurt, and it was, you know, you also have to think that if somebody got hurt trying to go there, then they could come back and sue the church.
Right.
You know, so. And was it a very busy highway?
Not really, because it was just a small 2-lane country road. But people do speed on that highway.
Oh, yeah, on country roads they do. And I would admit that because we have country roads all around us.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that we do. Yes, I am not a highway girl.
Because I'm thinking like, but you know, that's a highway coming into town, you know, from the major interstate.
We've had people race down the country roads. My mom and I were going to church one time. Now it's a 2-lane road, right?
Right.
And there was somebody in the back of us, and they were just on my mom's backside. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get rid of this person. I said, Mom, we have to just sit there saying, God, you know, just provide safety and all this kind of stuff and be praying for the person. And that's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, all of a sudden the car goes right. I said, Mom, you'll never guess where that car is going in on. And we have a church right shortly before our church.
Right.
And that church, that guy was going, or girl, or whatever it was going right into that church. And I'm like, have a wonderful worship. You know, it was like, you know, they were making us uncomfortable, but boy, were they tail end. They must have been late to church, but they almost caused an accident in the process of it. So you never know.
When I lived in Alamogordo, New Mexico, 20 years ago, we had like every year in October we have like a citywide festival, like a big fiesta. We have like concerts and all that, like folk dancers, everything, you know, like food and all, food vendors, carnival rides, all put together by the church. And then that Sunday during the fiesta, for our annual mass, you know, the mariachis and all that, well, the bishop was late because the mass was supposed to start at 10:30 and he was like 30 minutes late. And you know what happened? He got pulled over for speeding on the interstate, coming out of Cruces to Alamogordo.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
People have been they've been pulled over for drunk driving in an Amish buggy.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. There's stories of it. Go look. There's stories. There's a gentleman I follow online. I actually went and did a testimony on his channel, and this is before we started the channel.
Yeah.
And he's talked about stories. He said the horses know. He said if the police don't stop them, the horses know how to get home.
Yeah.
And they'll go home and they'll be, you know, in the Amish buggy. So.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, like, this bishop was 30 minutes late, man. Like we were supposed to start mass at 10:30 and we started at 11.
Well, he got there.
Yeah. And the reason was because he got pulled over. He got a ticket.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yeah.
And we all make mistakes. And
the priest said, I thought the bishop was supposed to be a perfect man. Like, he was upset because the police didn't give him a break.
Nobody is perfect.
Yeah, like,
not even a bishop.
Tell you, like, then, you know, I have a testimony I want to share that come from my friend that I walk with on the trail. Like a few years ago, she was telling me a story, a miraculous story that happened to her, where when she was driving up in the mountain on the interstate, and it was in the cold winter night. She slid off the road and rolled over. And she got out of her car, walked away without a single scratch.
Amazing.
Yes. She told me it was a really bad accident. Like, her car got totaled. It crumbled.
Well, when you're supposed to leave this world, God's going to take you home. And there's nothing you're going to do to stop that.
Right.
That's what we said to my aunt. She knows where she's going.
Right.
You know, you can do, you know, she's decided to take the chemo pills. But at the end of the day, you know, there's nothing she's going to do that's going to extend past when God says you're going to be here for.
Right.
So be ready and know where you're going.
Right. And she told me that she rolled over several times going down the hill, you know.
Well, thankfully she made it.
Yeah, she made it out without a single scratch, and so her car got totally crushed, especially on the passenger side. The way she rolled over, the passenger side was totally crushed.
But she made it out. That's
Yeah.
something to say.
Yeah.
You know how much I hate working with black yarn?
Black yarn?
Black yarn.
That must be hard to see, right?
I don't work with it very often, but I'm making a disco ball for somebody. Keychain, and I have to use black for one of the stripes. But it's not the easiest.
Not the easiest.
It's not
Black
the
is like-
easiest because I
I
can't
tell
see
you,
what
black
I'm doing.
color is it's the color that's hard for me to see.
Well, you can see the sparkles on this one.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
probably
but
can, but
that-
it's just...
like I just don't like. There's no contrast to the black color, basically.
Now, I know you can see some. Have
Right.
they said that, will there ever be a time in your life where they've said that you may lose all of your sight?
No,
Okay, well, that's good.
there's no sign of deterioration.
Well, that's what we need to keep praying.
Yeah. Even though when I lived in New Mexico, the Commission of the Blind, the counselor had put on my record that my eyes were going to deteriorate completely, which it was false.
At least you can see some.
Yeah. Now I'm going to play you At the Cross.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
And Sandy says she likes that one too.
Okay, does anyone know what I'm grabbing? Take a guess.
I have no idea. What is he grabbing? Guitar, right?
Nope.
Or is it another instrument?
Yep. If anyone know what this is, you know. Of course, some of you might seen one of these, especially in the Appalachian Mountain area, in the east.
A banjo, right?
Yep, there's a banjo. Not very common here. I'm going to play Make Me a Channel of Your Peace.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I've moved on to purple.
I'm gonna play an old tune on my banjo.
Yeehaw!
Yep. Perfect when you play out in the country, right?
So we're talking about out in the country.
Yep.
Are you ready for fall?
I'm ready for fall.
You're like us and can't take the heat?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm used to the heat. Because around in New Mexico, we get like triple digit temperature for 35, 40 consecutive days. I'll play another classic tune on the banjo.
I was dancing with the yarn.
Wow. You know, that was a good tune to dance to when I saw the light.
Yeah. I'm trying to make a disco ball.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago when we had the prom from the ARP, you know, I sent the DJ one of my songs, and that's him, that one. I saw the light, and he played it, and we all danced to them. Like the polka style.
Sandy Wanny will know when I mention this name, Cricket.
Yeah.
I'm doing something there's a cruise that several of the people within that community are going on, and I'm doing a project for everybody going on the cruise.
Right.
And I have to send this stuff out to Cricket, and I'm sending her a disco ball.
A disco ball.
Little disco ball keychain. And she knows one of her favorite colors is purple. So I'm doing purple and black disco ball. And then I'm putting a strip of silver in it. So, and I've got to get that mailed out by Sunday. Or not Sunday. By Saturday. Not Saturday. By Wednesday. So it gets to her in time.
Right.
Because I don't think the boat's going to wait on me to finish it.
No.
The boat's going, and I got to get it done.
Yeah.
The soap caddies are done, or the thing I'm doing for the thing, they're done. But you should get yours soon, because I mailed it out before Patty left, before Patty came.
Right, I know, but you know, sometimes with the free matter, it could take weeks or sometimes up to a month to ship across the country.
Well, I just took your label and I stuck it right on there.
Yeah.
And I took the
post
address
office,
and I put
like they're not even allowing free matter, you know.
Took my return address and put it on the top, and
yeah. Sometimes like they'd rather charge me postage dues, you know. Sometimes I get packages that were sent to me free matter from friends, and then it comes to me like I get a slip in the mail that they want a postage due of $16.99, $18.99 for a small package.
Well, it's a square box, and inside I made sure I put a letter.
Yeah.
In big bold print.
Right. Now sometimes like I had stuff sent to me from Tennessee, whatever, and sometimes it goes back to them saying they got rejected free matter, you know, that it didn't qualify for whatever reason. Then.
Well, we'll see if it comes back to me. I'll have to send it, but. If I squished your cupcake, it would have not made me happy to squish it.
Right.
So I had to send it that way. But I did put in a letter that should have made it qualify.
Right. But you know, the thing is that Aurora, the post office, they're so tight, like they don't want to accept it because they claim that they're losing money. Even though they have to.
Well, let's be praying that he gets his cupcake.
Yeah. And hopefully hopefully the mail carrier don't eat it.
Yeah, I think it would be awful. I would not suggest you eat my blessed connection cakes.
You have to put that disclaimer, right?
Not edible.
Yeah. Because they could come after you if someone eats it, right?
That's their problem. If they want to eat that, then they go right ahead and eat it if they're that desperate.
Yeah.
You come back to me saying you ate my cupcake and it was a yarn cupcake, you've got a real problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think I want to have an argument about that one.
Right.
awesome.
Thank you. That was Do Lord. One of my favorite songs to play on the banjo as well.
Mm-hmm. That's a perfect one for the banjo.
Yeah. I imagine these are more common where you're at, right? They're more common back east?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Nothing, not anywhere around here. I mean, if there is, then I don't know.
Right. Like bluegrass music more common back east in the rural areas?
It depends.
Like
I think it
Kentucky,
depends what kind of music you like.
Kentucky,
You know.
Tennessee, Ohio, North Carolina, Virginia.
It all depends on the kind of music style you like. Now, my husband likes a lot of country, bluegrass, gospel music.
Yeah.
He's like me, a lot of different kind of music.
Yeah. Some people don't like the... Now, the country music that's out there today is not the same as it was before, you know.
I think it all depends. You know, some of it, some go back to the roots.
Right. But actually, country music, bluegrass, go back to the roots of gospel music.
Yep. Like Elvis said, rock, rhythm and blues.
It
What do you
goes back
say?
to the roots of
Gospel?
gospel. Yeah.
Gospel and rhythm and blues. And he said something else, and I can't remember what it was. You know, made up rock and roll. Gospel and a rhythm and blues. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Too. You know, and it's kind of like you think, well, somebody my age shouldn't, you know, like Elvis Presley, but it's just what I grew up with.
Right.
You know, my parents weren't too much into him, but when I was young and I saw him on television, I thought, oh, he's cute. And that was about it. That was. And as I've gotten older, what I have done, and I think that we neglect to do it with, and is get to know, if you can, the artist himself. And luckily, there was enough people around Elvis that, you know, talked about him and got to know who he was and told the stories. And there's a lot about him that's not known. They said he used to take his Bible. They said they did not want a Bible from the hotel. He wanted his Bible.
Right.
And they said they would come into his room and he would be reading it, underlining it, marking it. He said he was very much, if you all don't think he read his Bible, he did. And he didn't want anybody else's Bible because, you know, in the hotels there were Bibles. And there was somebody in charge of making sure he had his Bible there.
Right.
And he said it went with him all, you know, every place.
Right.
So.
Right, there's so many versions of the Bible that have been out there.
I like the NIV, but I know that's a more literal translation.
Right.
In the sense, I have a very hard time understanding the English or the King James. Now, I find out for myself after years of frustration that I do very well when somebody reads to me.
Right.
I think I know I have a learning disability, but I think I probably have a form of dyslexia. And so when I read, I can spend an hour or even a half an hour reading the same paragraph over and over again with all, reading something, and then in my head, the words get all jumbled up. And it's like, I just put it down in utter frustration. And so I find out that I do much better if I'm read it and if my hands are busy.
Right.
If my hands are busy and I'm doing something and I'm reading it, I'm 9 out of 10 better to absorb it.
Right. Now I'm going to play one day at a time. Un día a la vez.
Yay!
One day at a time. Un día a la vez.
That's all we can do is take one day at a time, right?
Yeah. Next one I'm going to play is Soy la triste oveja.
Awesome.
Thank you. Soy la triste oveja. I'm
God
the
bless
sad
you.
shepherd.
So we're coming up to almost the 2 hour mark.
Wow, 2 hours? Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if I can stay on 2.5 hours tonight.
I know.
Because I'm getting pretty tired. That's why I've been sipping on the Coke, because when you don't eat for 48 hours really much, you don't have much energy that goes
Right.
very far. I was like, tonight, I was like, I had my dinner, my belly was finally filled. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for bed. Oh. I've been really trying to work to get, I had everything pretty much scheduled, and we did on the channel, and we've been working really hard to get the rest of it done for the rest of the year, because I don't want to worry about shorts and all that stuff. We want to get them loaded in the system. So we've been working, trying to get that done. And then we have a craft fair coming up. And
Now, next one I'm going to play is Ven a la Cruz, known as Kneel at the Cross.
a great song.
Thank you.
So when you have Thanksgiving, do you have a big family that comes over?
Not really. It's just 5 of us and that's it.
It's family.
Yeah. We don't do much.
When Josh's family gets together, there's probably about 40 people. And that's not everybody in his family either. So we go down to you know, his aunts for Thanksgiving, there's probably about 40 people, and that's probably half the family.
Right.
So there's a lot. We get together, it's just tiny.
Let me go grab one of my harmonicas. I think I left it somewhere.
Hold on for a minute, please. Deep to silver.
Play Over the Waves.
That doesn't look silver. Awesome. That sounds like something, I don't want to say at a circus, but I've heard it before.
Right?
What?
Classical piece?
It's not a classical. It's like one of those you would hear in the movies or something. It's some kind of
silent films.
Or carnival. That's what it kind of comes back to, is something that you would hear at the carnival.
Right.
What is it called again?
Over the Waves.
Oh, okay.
It was composed in Mexico in the 1800s by Juventino Rosas.
Sounds like something I would hear from a movie that had a carnival or something in it.
Yeah.
Is that the song you wanted to finish out with?
I'm gonna finish out with Caminando Juntos, walking together on my Hohner Chromatic, my favorite harmonica.
That sounds fitting.
Yeah. I'm gonna close out with Caminando Juntos.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close down for the night. I hope you have a good.
Are you going to
Rest of
have
your
one
day.
this Friday?
This Saturday, yes.
Okay, Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
see
come
you
back
at
on.
regular time Saturday. Back to my Saturday as usual. Just like I said, the reason that I'm doing it today because Labor Day weekend, and only that I had family that came visit me from out of state, so that's the reason why I had to postpone it.
Well, I'm glad you. Did you have a good time with him?
Oh yes,
Well, that's good.
got to see my dad.
Oh, I'm glad for that.
Yeah, but he's the one who brought me the guitar last year.
I'm glad you got to see him.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you enjoyed time with your family. That was good.
Yeah, I don't see him much because he's 9 hours away from me, and then I do talk to him on a regular basis because he does construction, and on a regular basis I have him to do all the invoices and the spreadsheets so he could get paid.
Well, that's good.
So I do talk to him on a regular basis.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you got to see him, and I'm glad that you had time with family because that's always comes first.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, everybody, have a good evening. Happy Labor Day, and we will see you same station, same time on Saturday.
All right. Thank you all.
All right. Have a good night. Bye, Alfonso.
Bye bye. You too.
God bless.